So the Vatican's Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith has just issued a new document on the acceptability of Marian titles. The big news is that the Vatican has deemed the terms Co-Redemptrix and Mediatrix as inappropriate ways to refer to the Mother of God. The title Co-Redemptrix is used to recognize Mary's special role in the salvation of souls, not as an equal partner with Christ, but as someone who participated in the mission. From saying yes at the Annunciation, suffering with Christ at the foot of the cross, and uniting her material heart to his redemptive suffering. Pope John Paul II used the title Co-Redemptrix several times in speeches, and Pope Benedict XVI said the term is theologically valid if properly understood, but it can cause confusion and should be used cautiously. Pope Francis, however, has discouraged the title, saying that calling Mary Co-Redemptrix can mislead the faithful since Christ alone is the Redeemer. So now the Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith has said that when an expression, such as Co-Redemptrix, requires frequent explanation to maintain the correct meaning, it becomes unhelpful, and that this term carries the risk of eclipsing the exclusive role of Jesus Christ. Many Catholics predicted beforehand that the Vatican would not endorse the term Co-Redemptrix, as it would complicate interfaith relationships by moving further away from other religions theologically.
Wow, they're exposing what we do with Mary. All these different shrines, all these different festivals, carrying Mary statues on our shoulders, walking on our knees and penance to go to different places. And they're exposing this to the world. So we have to get some type of information out that says, no, we don't see Mary this way. Because what we're doing is we're judging a fruit. We're saying, okay, what are they doing? What are they saying? And we're looking at that and we're exposing it to the world, and we're showing the way they treat Mary is no different from the way a biblical Christian would treat God alone. And so by the Vatican seeing these things, they're realizing we have to have a response. So in the form of what the Muslims do with taqiyya, where they're permitted to lie within the Quran. Yeah. So now you have the Vatican seemingly implementing this idea of changing the terms so that it makes it look like they're not really teaching what they're teaching. But just because you change the term or the title doesn't mean that the definition or the meat of the belief of the entire institution changes.
Do you know that the document says it's not banning the term? Already one of my employees sent an email saying we can never use this term again. That's incorrect. The document does not forbid the use of the term. The document does not make it binding under the penalty of sin. We have to eliminate that misconception right off the bat. That's not what the document says. In fact, the document says the term Co-Redemptrix can be used. It can be used appropriately as long as it expresses an inclusive and participatory mediation that glorifies the power of Christ. In other words, if it doesn't cause confusion, you can use it.